Season 50, W11, and we're up against Legion. This time my team will be Silk, Venom and Scorpion. I will be taking Path 5 in Section 1, Path 8 in Section 2, and then I will be taking a Dust, a Shuri, a Mangog, as well as an Onslaught mini-boss, and finally a Modok boss using Venom. And Modok boss is not something I see all that often, so at least it'll be a new experience, though he should get absolutely shredded by Venom. Now, starting off here, we have an American Chavez on the Everflow knockdown and right back added nodes, taking the fight with Silk, and I gotta say I missed being able to use Silk in war. It's been quite a while, she just keeps getting banned every time, she's blacklisted every time as well, so very frustrating, but it is what it is. She is an amazing champion, and that just goes to show how amazing considering the constant bans. Anyways, the plan here is to just nuke the fight down, or I guess you can't call it nuking it, just take the fight down, landing some basic attacks, spamming special 2s whenever I get to it, and that's about all there is to it. I'm trying to bait Chavez's special 1 instead of the special 2, since the special 1 is easy enough to dex, and since Silk doesn't benefit from the dexterity mastery, there are no buffs to trigger, and that means no mystic dispersion to worry about either, so there is no reason not to dex the specials. If she were to get pushed to special 2, as usual, Silk's auto evade is there as a safety net. Then we have a Prowler on the Everflow knockdown and heavy hitter nodes, and I am taking this fight with Venom. Now the Venom here, again, is not the greatest option for Prowler in general, mainly due to the fact that he is bleed immune and Venom has no way to counter the miss on the special punish. However, since this is only a 6-star Prowler and Venom has the class advantage, the fight is still fine. It's not too slow, and I do also have the Scorpion synergy to speed up the clarity gain in the fight. Basically every single time Venom gains one of his personal buffs, he also gains a power gain buff, giving him some power, and as it's a buff, it will count for the clarity charges, and that allows him to gain the clarity up early in all of his fights that he will be taking. The increased power gain also can be a bit annoying, and it leads to some unnecessary special 2s, but for this fight it doesn't actually matter. It might just help a bit in finishing the fight faster, due to the special 2 converting all of Venom's personal buffs into fury buffs. Normally with Venom you just tend to either use no specials or just spam a special 1, since you kinda wanna keep the buffs for the bleed potency from the Venom relic, but since that wasn't an option there, the special 2s were the way to go. Then we have a Peni Parker here, another tactic defender, should be easy enough to deal with Venom, on the inevitable power efficiency node. And, well, Peni is not bleed immune, so as soon as I get the clarity up, the fight is basically over. Now, Venom cannot be power burned or drained, I believe, against tech champions, so even if Peni were to trigger the auto block at some point in the fight, it will do nothing to Venom. It can't drain his power, and it will not hurt him either. Now, once again, the power gain got me to special 2, which is usually not what you want, but because the fight was fast enough anyways, there was no real need to avoid using it, and the fight went down in roughly 30 seconds or so. Then we have an Warlock on the inevitable power efficiency and reach get richer nodes, and I will be taking this one with Venom as well. Now, usually for any cosmics on the reach get richer node here, you tend to use mystic champions. However, due to Venom just having access to so many unique buffs, he will always win the reach get richer race, unless you're against someone like maybe Gore, for example. But even then, he should be able to at least tie him on the buffs. Other than that, Adam is not immune to bleed, so he will just melt quite quickly here. I can't utilize the regen from buff steals because while the sovereignty is active, you can't nullify Adam Warlock's personal buffs at least. Now the fight went down, no issues there, didn't have to deal with any annoying special freeze or any of that, and overall Venom handled the fight just fine. Then we have a dust on the power snack and 1 too many hits mini-boss node, and I will be taking the fight with Silk. As I said earlier, since Silk doesn't benefit from the dexterity mastery, there are no buffs in her kit that she would trigger in the fight, so the power snack node will not exist. All that is left is the 1 too many hits node, as well as Dust's annoying kit. And to deal with this fight, I do what I usually do with Silk, and that is to go for the special 3 rotation. Now, doing so I will take some power sting damage, but I will gladly take the chip damage over dealing with Dust any day of the week, so that's what I'm going for here. This is not the last Silk fight, so it will cost me a potion, but I don't care. I hate fighting Dust overall, so just being able to shut her down by using a simple special 3, that's the way to go for sure. Now, Silk is kinda like Dr. Doom was when he was released. The special 3 rotation is all you needed to take basically anyone. However, Silk does the fight in a cooler manner by not allowing the opponent to move even a little bit after that initial special 3. Against Dr. Doom, or with Dr. Doom I guess, the defender still has opportunities to even use specials here and then, so you do need to use some heavy baiting or reparries to kinda avoid that. But this is not about Dr. Doom. That guy hasn't seen any use or any light of day in many seasons now. Probably due to him not being a 7-star yet, but even then, there are plenty of 6-stars who get more use than him. Not that I dislike him, but, well, he's just not my type of champ, I guess. Then we have a Shuri here on the Scare Stiff, and Bubble Shield mini-boss node, along with Power Focus 2, and I'm taking the fight with Venom. Now, again, this is a tactic fight, so I need the clarity up before I can really do anything, but once it's up, it's just another tech champion who is not willing to bleed, so the fight will go down pretty quickly. It's been around 25 seconds and the opponent is down to less than 15%, one more special one with a couple bleeds on top, and the fight is done. I did get hit a little there and I did get rooted, but overall there was no risk of dying there, even if I had gotten full comboed. Shuri's damage output just isn't that great until she gets the guaranteed crits. In that case, you don't really wanna eat any hits. Then we have the usual Mangog on the Aspect of Evolution mini-boss node, and I will be taking the fight with Silk. As usual, plan is to do the special 3 rotation, and that will be it for this fight. To speed things up a little bit here, I have an advanced power boost active to start with our power. Now, using boosts in this fight is not necessary. You can simply just bait a special 2 from Mangog at this point, if you need some more extra time to get to a special 3, but once you're there, it's done. And yeah, Mangog's not surviving it. We've seen this matchup so many times by now, it always goes the same way. Though sometimes Mangog may use the special 2, sometimes he doesn't, but still, the end result is the same. Silk just completely destroys him. So, since I'm using Science Powerback boosts, I didn't need to do the special combo with the striker there. However, I didn't even need to use a special to finish it off, so I could have ended it with a special one much earlier on. Then we have an Onslaught on the Combat Deja Vu Prowess and Conflictor mini-boss node, and I will be taking this fight with Silk as well. Game plan is the same, get to that special 3 and nuke the fight down. But this one was a bit more scary than the Mangog or even the Dust was. Since there is the Conflictor node to worry about, every single hit I land does inflict a debuff, so I'm gonna be baiting a lot of special ones here. Now, I am fairly comfortable fully dexing the special 1, so that's what I'm gonna do, and if I do mess it up, I do have the evade safety net for at least a single special. Now, if I have to deal with multiple, and I mess up multiple times in a row, that's when it's gonna be a problem, but it shouldn't really matter here. At this point I decided to throw him, or rather push him to his special 2, but I am fairly comfortable dexing that as well, even with the reversed controls, so I do just that and then continue to slowly build up power closer and closer to that special 3. And then after I finally do get the special 3, I do need to keep an eye on the conflictor timer while I'm doing the following combo, because the conflictor can eat the stun debuff from your heavy charge, and if that happens, you are eating a special 3 from the opponent. Almost guaranteed, and that's something I really want to avoid on this node, especially with the extra prowesses the defender gets, so I am keeping a very close eye on that conflictor timer. Here it's ticking very close, but I do manage to land a couple more basic attacks to first consume the conflictor, and then I can continue the combo like normal, following with a special 2 to nuke the fight down. Didn't even get to see most of that special 2, honestly, and the rank 3 Onslaught just melted. Usually for silk fights the hard part is to get into the special 3, but once that's done, the fight is done as well. Then we have a not Mangog, Modok boss here, the final fight of the war, and I am taking the fight with Venom. Now Modok is only a 6-star, so not much of a threat. Other than that, he is still a tactic defender, so I need to wait out until I get the clarity up. Once that's done, it will be lights out for Modok. Now there's just one small thing that's kinda playing against me here, and that is the power and regen reversal that Modok has on his special 1. Essentially, it reverses the opponent's regeneration rate and ability power rate, and then also inverts it by, I believe, 50%. And that essentially means that any of the power gain buffs I get from the Scorpion synergy will just be power draining me instead, so I won't be able to spam quite as many specials, but as you can see, it didn't matter. Fight ended in less than 50 seconds with a full yellow bar. As for the results, we did end up losing the war 4-9, and don't ask how we died 9 times with this global. I don't know, but we did.